Good morning. It's like 7:50 something, and it's 42 degrees. The high is supposed to be 74. And see, look. Oh, okay. So, oh man, yesterday was like a bunch of stuff. Okay, so I went to town. I ran that errand, and like for some reason she thought it was gonna be $500. And so she was like worried about it the whole time, and I like didn't catch on. I don't listen that well, to be honest. And like we got there was a ton of people there. And then it was gonna be like an hour and a half wait or something. Like you get your ticket and it tells you approximately what time that you can leave, and you can approximately come back at such and such time. So we left and we went to the dollar store and just kind of wandered around a little bit. And then we went back, and then she saw the person or whatever, and she was getting a title, like she was registering, getting plates, and getting tags. So the whatever thing that was printed out to her for the bill of sale or the title, they had printed the wrong VIN number. So we had to go and she had to fill out a new one. Guy had to sign it again. And then we went back, we got our ticket, and it was going to be like an extra 45 minutes. So I told her, I said, let me take you to lunch. You know, like I don't eat at Taco Bell or McDonald's or any of those places. But let's go to a restaurant where we can sit down. That Harvest one right there in La Pine, I prefer. Oh, did I tell you it was October 11th? Oh, and this is Shay. I don't know. I'm so all over the place. It's been a rough day. Is that a crow? I don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, so we went and we're sitting down lunch, and I was like more focused. And she's like, I'm like, $500. How many cars are you registering? And she's like, again, tells me I have to get tags, registration, and plates. And I'm like, that is not $500. And then she's like, well, how much is it? And I'm like, I don't know, like 240, 260, like with inflation, like definitely less than 300, even with the insane inflation. And so that made her feel like a little bit easy, I could tell, but I could tell, she doesn't know until she sees the bill, but I'm like, girl, you are stressing. And so then we go back, and okay, here's the thing, as I'm such a social butterfly. So we go back, and then there's like this new insurance agency that opened up like right next door. I forget the name of the insurance agency, but it's right next to the DMV, and the DMV is only open on Thursdays. But there's like a title company on one side, and then the DMV, and then there's this new little insurance company. And I think his name is Jacob. Super nice guy. He's having donuts and coffee. I don't really like donuts, and I don't drink coffee. But, I could tell, he just wanted somebody to like chat. So I went in, chatted with him, like, because he was standing at the door. So, like, chatting with him for a while. He just recently opened it up there. I forget the name of the insurance company. It's not State Farm or anything like that. I think he said he used to work for State Farm or something, and then he changed to this other place. Anyway, see how smart I got. Isn't that nice that you know that you have a smart friend? At least it does sometimes smart stuff. Well, a broken clock is right twice. So, if I'm that broken clock, this time I was right. Anyway, and then I stacked all my stuff that I'm going to use. And it's approximately the same length. Because I'm going to build like a kind of like a small temporary greenhouse for this winter. And I don't want to use plastic. I want to use white blankets. I know that they'll get wet and that kind of stuff, but I don't care. They're just old hospital blankets. I think one of them is like when I had eye surgery. They're probably both from eye surgery. Come to think of it. Who knows? But anyway, so I chatted with him for a while that I was feeling bad because she was like, I'm almost next. And I was like, oh, okay. So I told the gentleman I have to go. My friend, you know, she's stressed. So then I went over there. And then I saw Chris, the tow truck guy. The one that I chased down a couple weeks ago. Yeah, I saw him. And I was like, hey, Shay. I was like, oh. The only person I know in La Pine. Like, seriously, I see him. I was like, oh my gosh, Chris. So I went over, I sat next to him, and we were chatting. And guess what he says to me? He says to me, so what's up with that truck right there? That's, you know, across the street from your house. I'm like, are you serious? I haven't even uploaded the video where I talk about where he's probably going to come and get that thing. Hadn't even uploaded that one, and already we're having that conversation. It's like, I told him how much I loved the truck. It's such a beautiful truck. And how much I enjoy it. Look at those big old hoof prints right there. And, like, I love looking at it. It's a 1953 bread truck. I think it's a Ford. Yeah, it's a Ford. And, like, I'd even looked in the gas tank, and he laughed, and he said that the gas tank is probably not any good. But he loved the look of the truck and thinks that he can really do something with it. He said it would be a lot of work, but it would be, like, a project that very few of those projects come along that he's interested in. And he said that's one he'd be interested in. And I said, I think she wants like 50 bones for it. And then he said he'll take it. And then I laughed and I said, well, how are you going to get it out there? So he whips out his phone and pulls up a picture of a truck that is even bigger than that one, longer, on the back of one of his rigs. Driving down the street, I was like, oh man. So this beautiful, beautiful truck may be going to a home. I mean, I just can't even believe it. It's so shocking. Of course, because I love it so much. I love looking at it. I think it's so cool. I've crawled in and out of it. Like, it's really cool. I've done lots of videos on it. I better do a whole bunch more videos because I have a feeling he's coming for it. So I got to tell her that I might have somebody interested. And I have the number. I have each other's numbers, but I got to ask her about giving it to him and stuff. But I was trying to get him interested in that trailer behind the truck. He's like, he's all looking at me like I have lost my mind. I was like, come on, man. She really wants to get rid of that. I'm just showing you these hoof prints. I was like, dang it. So close. So close. But yes, so far. Look at the, whatever mist. Fog. The fog. It could be smoke, too, because I don't think they have that. I don't really smell anything, but, you know. I still have to take clippers and go along and chomp, 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 chomp. Chomp, chomp. I was a leaf. I was like scaring myself. I was like, did I just step over a corpse? No. That's good news. Fabuloso news. I need to pick up that pool noodle. But I have to go out my gate all the way around and pick it up. And that's just like not what I wanted to do. Oh, anyway, okay, so anyway, it ended up costing her like $280. It's like 280. She came out. You better not be digging over there because I'm all upset that there's another big hole. I ain't even playing around. Oh, I piled all that stuff there because I got tired of walking with it. Like, and then I added more. Most of this stuff, though, will crumble into dust. Like, it'll just be like, that's a bad example. Like over here. See, it'll just crumble into dust and be nothing. So, like, this pile is just going to be shrink way down. But, I don't know, I'm thinking about, because I bought this burn barrel, and then my daughter snatched it from me, and I'm thinking about telling her, I want it back. Because she's not even using it. I wanted to make a cute flower pot out of it, because it's, like, super skinny. It's tall. It's like a regular size burn barrel, but it's, like, super skinny. And it fit in my car. It was, like, $4. And then as soon as she saw it, she's like, oh my gosh, it's so cute, I want it. And then that's what happened to that. Oh, I finished all of that whole entire container was full of marigolds. So today I get to go. I'm going to go through the whole entire garden, pull out any marigolds that I find because I have them alongside stuff. And on the outside rim and on the inside. So there won't be any more. I'm going to put it all in there and go through that whole schmeal again. And then I'll be done with the marigolds except for what's out. What won't die. I'm not even watering this stuff and it still won't die. Like what? So apparently this stuff right here, these ones are the best ones. So maybe I'll put these in a completely separate container and plant those like later. And then what was the other thing? I didn't get a lot done yesterday because I was gone. Because it's an hour there and an hour back. And we were not finally done with the D&B until after 1. Or it was, I think 12:35 or something. Like we just barely made it before they went to lunch. And we had started, and then we had to go to the restroom, and then we made one other stop after that. So we didn't even get home until almost 2. And then I did the marigolds, and I picked up a bunch of stuff. I didn't get to that yet, but I did clean up a lot of things, and rearranged this whole thing over here. I gotta buy taller fencing. Put another fence. Take this little fence and make like an L shape to keep him out of there. I think that there's a cat that lives underneath my shed. It's this black cat. And it's a whatever stray or whatever you call it. And it's like a wild one that's lived here forever. And I don't, like, it was living here before I moved here. And nobody lived here for like 6 years prior to that. So, I don't know. But I do know I've seen it consistently. And there's like a little spot right there on the corner. I tried to plant in front of it, but my dog is just trampling it. I've done all kinds of fences that he keeps knocking down. All kinds of stuff to try to prevent him, and narrowing it down to that little section. I don't want to get rid of the cat. I'm not feeding the cat. So I'm not approaching the cat. I don't try to scare the cat away. I don't try to do anything. I don't want my dog to mess with the cat. It lived here before I did. I think it's a male because it doesn't have kittens or any of that kind of problems. But what that cat does is it keeps the skunk out of my yard. And I think it might be the one that kills little rodents. And the reason why I think that is because I came out here one morning and there's a hole right over here in this lane that I don't mess with, where that vole, it's called a vole, I finally figured out what it was, lives. And see, there's like a little hole here. I don't mess with it because the cat lays there next to it sometimes. And I know that it's trying to catch it, and I realize that maybe that's why I don't really have any problems. I don't find any cat poo-poo ka-choo anywhere. So I don't know where that cat goes to the restroom at. Because I don't find any cat anything. Not on this side of the yard or that side. Nowhere. Only dog poo. And I only see it late at night. I've never seen it during the daytime. And I've only seen it like a handful of times. So I'm not even sure if it lives there full time or not. It may just come here and stay there on like maybe super cold nights, or maybe when there's a big predator around, or I don't know. Maybe it's just like a side home. But I've seen it both in my yard and over here and up front. And I've seen it by the trash can sometimes. But we keep a lid on our trash can so we don't have any problems. Never, nothing else. So I don't really mess with it. I just let things be. If it was like pooping all over my yard, if it was like destroying, if I was finding cat poo-poo ka-choo in my flower bed, I would be flipping out. But no, nothing. So I just say, let things stay the way they are. So you have to cut down these marigolds back here, but there's still some alive. And then there are just some that are just now dying off. So, and then this is what is left of my potato. But I'm leaving it because I want to find out what happens if I leave potatoes for a full year without harvesting them. And I'm trying to get it to go to seed. I want to get potato seeds because they start from somewhere. They just don't come out as a potato. There has to be a flower. There has to be a seed. I want to experience that. That's the goal. Oh, and then the other thing is, how long is this video? 17 minutes. Okay, I have to be really quick. Okay, we had a rough day yesterday because Pink Eye is going around the school. So Ryder, the 13-year-old, my 13-year-old grandson, is autistic nonverbal, couldn't go to school. And it like messed up his whole routine. He's hysterical about it. It was horrible. He ended up biting his hand when that's what happens like when he completely loses it. And oh man, it's been so stressful. Thank goodness today is Friday because they don't have school on Fridays. So he knows that he doesn't have school today because the bus didn't drive by his bedroom window. Oh, that freaked me out for a second. And so he's just like, so he ended up being like really super upset all day yesterday, crying and crying and crying because Landon went to school and when he sees my older grandson go and then he can't go, then he thinks Landon's going somewhere where he can't go. And he flips out because he thinks, and it doesn't matter because we try to explain it to him the best that we can, but it doesn't make a difference. So it was just terrible, terrible day for my daughter and my son-in-law. It's a great day for me, but awful for them. Just, like, it was very upsetting because they feel bad, but there's, like, nothing they can do. Ooh, this morning, the sunrise was amazing. I did a shorts video, but I took a photograph of it. I'm going to use that photograph for the main picture for this video, even though it's like 2 hours later. There's a lot of hunters in town. It's hunting season. Apparently that's why all the deer are hiding in my yard. It's like, man, the only thing we have to worry about is a cat. Is a kitty cat. A kitty, 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 kitty cat. Man. Well, peace, love, and happiness. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. And, oh, my sister-in-law, that she lives smack dab in the center of Florida. Everything was fared well. Everything that she thought was going to happen, happened. Like, she thought that she might lose a tree. It just happened to be her cute little yellow one that she's not happy about. And they're getting their roof redone. And they had to stop, because it's been really rainy. And then, of course, a hurricane, back to back, and all that kind of stuff. So then there was like a tarp on part of their roof. She said my tarp blew off, but she knew that was going to happen. She's like, I saw that happening. The only thing that happened that she didn't anticipate was the neighbor's chicken coop roof blew off into her yard. Which she was like, that's pretty, it was pretty good distance. And nothing from her neighbors has ever blown in her yard before. So she was like, well, that's something new. So that was pretty funny. Anyway, so she fared well. So, that was good. I was glad to hear it. Like, she's in her 60s, so I was pretty worried. And she just recently had brain surgery, like, the beginning of this year or something. A few months ago. Like, it's been like 4 or 5 months, but she's still healing. So, she really can't go anywhere. But she's a little smart girl, because when Hurricane Matthew came through, she was without power for like 12 days. And she was not having that again. So she has like a plug-in that, or some weird setup to where she plugs her generator in to her house, and the generator sits outside, and she shuts all of her house down to just her living room, kitchen, and one bathroom, and and she can run her 110s on the generator. And then she has like a little plug-in heating, or a little plug-in hot plate, because she says it gets really hot after a hurricane. Usually it's really warm and stuffy. So she's got to be able to have a couple fans going and things like that. And she said she runs her generator about 10 hours in one day, and then sleeps, and then tries to, like in between turning and, unplugging stuff, and tries to, keep just the fans going. And she said it lasts her about 10 hours before she has to fill it again. And it's outside, and she says that she boards her outside windows and her inside windows. And she only is careful with really one window to be able to, or one exit to leave that, available. But she says that it does pretty well. And she said it was mostly in the middle of the night. She said the wind was whipping around pretty good, but she wasn't up looking or anything. She had her windows and doors boarded up from the inside and out. And then she has all those boards taken down, and then she stores them all in her garage, and she's been using the same boards for years now. And, she's like, it's just the way it is. So I'm so glad that she did well. Yay, Susan, use the smart cookie. All right. So peace, love, and happiness. Have a wonderful day. This is a really long video, 25 minutes. So I'm going to have to get up early, because it takes me a while to upload these. Anyway, this is my idea. I have 4 steaks which I probably only have to use like 3 because I don't want it to be very big. I'll have not the top shelf because a blanket will, because it's almost the same top, but I'll have this shelf, and this shelf. I really don't have, I'm just going to try out a few things in there, like, you know, like one of the mints, because it's already in the pots, maybe a strawberry. I might do a couple strawberries. Just a few of the pot things, and then, of course, the fig tree, which I really want it to work for the fig tree, because the fig tree in the springtime does not put off a very pleasant odor. And it took me 2 springs to figure out where that odor was coming from, and it's coming from the fig tree. It's like, I don't really like the way the leaves smell in the spring, and when I have it in the garage, and then I move it into my apartment for a month or 2, and then I move it outside, and I take it in and out, in and out, in and out, until I can leave it outside, and then I have to take it back in. It's like I have to put it through, I have to provide the seasons for it. And I'm tired of doing that. So what I want to do is give it a go in this. If it survives, then I'll have something like this every year for it. If it doesn't, then I can finally just be done with it. And I gave it my all. You know, it was a gift, so you have to give it your all. You know, like, I have to try. Oh, if you're wondering what day today is, it's a sunny day. All right. Anyway, peace, love, and happiness. And may you have a wonderful day, week, hour, second, month, year, and blah, 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 blah. And welcome to my daily life. And if you're new here, welcome to my daily life. Alrighty, so we will talk to you later. I have a lot of shorts I'm trying to upload. I still have a bunch of horse ones from when I was playing with the horses over in Christmas Valley at my friend's house. And then also I have a bunch of dog ones I still have not uploaded of Trigger, Stella, Echo, Bella, Sapphire, Gracie, and Emily. So, yeah, we just call her Emmy. Emmy is what we call her. So, anyway, and Gracie's the mom of Stella and Echo Doodle. And she's so tiny. It's crazy. All right. Anyway, peace, love, and happiness. I will talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching. All right. Bye.